public perception. My girl is out there doing her own things quietly, minding her own business. You bring her onto this show, calling her a downgrade. Get the fuck out of here. Don't justify that shit, dog. Don't fucking justify that shit. That shit was foul. That shit was wrong. And on another day, niggas die for shit like that. I could have tested your jaw right now because you tried to justify this shit. But I came here to make this a teachable moment.
Yo. Ah, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sitting with me, Sitting with Wanda. My name is Wanda Boyluto, and today we'll keep it going for sure. But hey, reason couldn't keep it going. Okay, just to give context, the guys from Piano Pals, they made a comment about Reason downgrading from dating his ex Ulut Love to his current girlfriend Uchichila May. So yeah, they mentioned a lot of things. Would see, Ulut Love is a powerhouse and Chichila May is only in the music industry and whatsoever. So yeah, apparently Reason didn't take that well, so he pissed while the guys were on set, and yeah, could have Nagolana could have tested his jaw. Okay, what I want to talk about again, what is actually a downgrade when it comes to relationships? Does it even exist? They would see there is actually a downgrade because clearly Usizwe had his reasons to go from Lot Love, whom Botachi they believe she is a powerhouse, to dating Ojiji Lamain. He had his reasons, and with relationships, it's just an individual decision, I believe. Could say, I'm moving from this person to this person. Yeah, so yeah, does does a downgrade actually exist in my relationship? So that is what I want to talk about today. Okay, firstly, I really would have loved to have a female voice to help me dissect this topic because I believe with you, we tend to view Lama downgrades, the relationship downgrades, in a different way. We might view it this way as the man's side, and the female side might view it this way. So yeah, it's a pity because I had organized a female guest, but things happened and she had to go to school and all of that. So yeah, but I'll just share the male side of it. How I tend to see a relationship downgrade, because I might be saying would say that is a relationship downgrade for most men, yet it is just my own relationship downgrade. So yeah, but I think probably most men might agree to what I say, because I'll start from how men are wired and and all of that. So okay, first of all, I would like to say, okay, firstly, I'll just touch a bit on the wiring of men, how men are wired. Okay, men are wired in such a way that they need to provide, right? I think I touched most of that on the second episode. Most men are wired in such a way, genuine men are wired in such a way that they need to provide, irregardless of the fact that in this generation we have women who are able to provide for themselves, who are able to generate their own wealth. But the wiring of men says we need to provide for our family, for our women, for our kids, and all of that. So with that being said, we need to provide, right? So in choosing a partner for us, we need to choose a partner already a provision, it is taken care of. So what I'm saying is, men can choose a partner who probably cannot provide for themselves, who probably cannot generate much wealth for themselves, but it is because inside of us we are telling ourselves that no, provision, it is our thing, we need to provide for them, right? But then in our generation we have women who are able to provide for themselves, who are able to generate their own wealth, which is actually the most beautiful thing a woman can do for themselves in this generation, because we are living in a different kind of a generation. Okay, it is the most beautiful thing to see a woman who is able to generate their own wealth, who is able to hustle their way out of life. But with that being said, let that not change the wiring of a woman, because one thing I know about women, even the Bible says that men should love their women and women should submit to their men. Okay, so generate your own wealth and all of that, but this trait that has been put, we would see women need to submit to their men. I think that is where a downgrade from the men's side would come from. Okay, a downgrade, let me just be straight. A downgrade for a man in a relationship, I would say it is going from a woman who sees him as king, who respects him, who values him, who submits to him, to going to a woman who does not have all of this, who doesn't respect him, who doesn't see him, who doesn't value him, who doesn't see him as the king, because in a way our generation, because women now they can generate their own wealth and everything, in a way with some of them it tends to make them feel that they are now equal. Then they tend to say, why do I have to submit to this person if I can do this? What he needs to be doing, I can do it on my own. Okay, which is the provision part. Yes, it is a good thing. It is a good thing to have your own wealth as a woman. We are living in a different generation, of course. Times change and all of that. But in finding a man, in order to live happily with your partner as a woman, this natural wiring that God placed in you, that you need to submit to your man, don't change it. Do not make the mistake of changing it, because I believe the mistakes because I can provide for myself, which is something that a man should do, then why should I have to submit to them? No, that's not the case. Submission is something that you need to do. A man cannot submit to a woman. Nah. A man can never submit to a woman, because one thing, logo, you should see, you are, as a man, you are now assuming the roles of a woman. Should say the woman now has to assume the roles of the man. But lenginga electrini, I've said this, the capacity levels, they are so different. They're so different. If, let's say, as a woman, you are now assuming the roles of a man, would you be able to provide for your man for the rest of your lives? Let's say your man is just finding his feet and all of that, is not doing much with his life in a way. Would you be able to say, no, I'll just provide for the rest of our lives? That is the capacity that I'm talking about, that God deposited into these two. With men, trust me, they can do that for the rest of your lives. That is why I'm saying, see, when men choose their partners, men, they wouldn't mind choosing a partner who's still finding her feet, who probably owns a small business whatsoever. Let's say the man is just stable. Choosing a partner who owns a small business, finding her feet, maintaining herself and all of that. So long as she has this trait, the submissive trait and all of that, instead of choosing this one who has bigger businesses. She probably is the CEO of wherever company whatsoever, COO of Gupi and all of that, corporate lady, all married and everything, but this submissive trait, the submissive trait is quite submission. I think that is why, that is what happens then. See, one thing about men, what they tend to do in our generation, see, let's say this corporate lady, she's CEO and everything, this submissive trait. One thing for sure, it harbors cheating. She's being cheated on and everything. But I'm high profile. I'm the CEO of Gupi. I'm just me as a woman. But why is he cheating with whosoever he's cheating with? Because whosoever he's cheating with is just a normal girl, normal girl, like alright, but she knows, would say, okay, this is a man, she needs to submit to him. Either she will or whatsoever, she just needs to submit, So yeah, a downgrade for men would be moving from that woman would submit to him and everything, no matter CEO or whatsoever. So long as you submit, that man is going to choose you. Well, unless you've chosen to date a scumbag or a jerk or whatsoever. But a genuine guy would have downgraded, moving from such a woman to going to a woman who wouldn't give him that submission. I'll just make an example. This woman, she's well off and everything, and also this guy is also well off. They are both Bashap probably. Without a submission, do you think the woman itovuma if the man would say no to going out with your friends today? Because the woman would ask the question of like, who is he to tell me this? Because first of all, I'm going out with my money, I'm using my car, like who is he to tell me this? God, my sister, that's not the case. That's not the case. Naturally you need to submit to this guy. If you are saying you want to be wife material, you need to submit. Okay guys, I think I've shared my 10-minute piece on how I view a downgrade. I think for me it starts on layer wiring of us as men. Kuna this thing inside of us, we need to provide and everything. So irregardless of the fact that she can provide or whatsoever, but we are just telling ourselves that it's something that we should be doing, right? So the downgrade for Tsine would be moving from the woman who is able to submit to us, who is able to respect us, whether she's coming from a different background, whether she's still finding her feet, whether she's well off whatsoever, so long as she submits to us, that is a tick. That is the high level for us, the submission and everything. Why? Because we will do the provision, we will do the protection and everything, right? In as much as our generation has women who can do all of that, but we put the submission lapedule. So moving from that level to this other level, you won't even get any submission or anything, because she is her. She knows herself. She has her own money, which is actually the most beautiful thing, like I've said. But in a way, it has changed her wiring. She has sort of thought, since I can do this as well, which is something that is needed to be done by a man, why would she submit to a man? So for a guy to be said that he has downgraded, according to me, would be moving from such a woman to such a woman, submissive woman to non-submissive woman. That is my summary. Okay, guys, thank you for tuning in. Do like, share, and subscribe, of course. And also do engage in the comment section. And stay safe.